It's a new thing. And apparently this is a new thing, too. Like, these guys used to love each other, and now they hate each other, jawing back and forth after the game.
Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and it's Saturday night, and I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching the Joe Boo Report. This would be nothing without you guys, and I appreciate all the subscriptions to it and you guys spreading the mojo. How cool is it that the Dallas Cowboys can kick back while the rest of the NFL is chasing them? I mean, that game on Thanksgiving was unbelievable. 35 million people tuned into that game, the most watched regular season game ever on Fox Sports. So it's just unbelievable. You know, the way the team is playing, it's amazing. Now, a lot of you guys are worried about the defense. Now, here's what I want you to understand. First thing, the Washington Redskins, believe it or not, are the #1 ranked offense as far as yardage goes. Okay, so it's not like we were playing Cleveland and gave up all those yards. The Washington Redskins have a great wide receiver core. Now, our defense shut down the running game, which they have done all year long, and have yet to give up a 100-yard rusher, the only team in the league that's done that. But we're still beat up on the back end with Church being out and Morris Claiborne. Church is being fitted for a cast right now, and he should be back in the next couple of days, so he may be back for that Thursday night game. Morris Claiborne should be back before the end of the season. But we're not going to be facing offenses like that here on out the rest of the way in the regular season, so we should be okay. And the other thing you got to realize, too, is the week before, we played the best defense ranked in the NFL, and we passed that test as well. So fortunate for us that there's not a team out there that has the best offense and the best defense combined. Everybody out there has holes. And quite frankly, right now, the Dallas Cowboys are one of the most complete teams in the NFL. The key on it is getting our cornerbacks and stuff back healthy. Now, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the little tour I gave you guys of my sports room here. And everything in here has some kind of a meaning to me. And somebody was asking me how I was lucky enough to drive Roger Staubach to his hotel. Well, to make a long story short, him and Franco Harris were doing a shoot for United Way at the Hall of Fame. This is the Hall of Fame when Larry Allen was inducted in. So I got to meet him, signed my jersey and stuff. I got some pictures of Joe Boo, you know, with Roger Staubach and Franco Harris in the background and stuff. It was great. And when they got finished, they asked Roger, they said, well, Roger, you're done, because we're in the basement section of the Hall of Fame. And they said, where are you going now, Roger? He said, well, I came over here with a friend of mine, and I'll probably just catch a ride with him. And my wife's like, Roger, you're Roger Staubach. You just can't just walk around looking for your friend. She says, Mark, can you get the car and take Roger back to the hotel? And I even got a better story to go on with the same day, because I can say that I actually blocked for Roger Staubach, believe it or not. Because the thing I will always take back from Roger Staubach is, this is just incredible to me. They had autograph signing booths. And basically it was like $400 for the A group of autograph signings. So they had like Roger Staubach, they had Lawrence Taylor was in there, Mean Joe Green, you know, all of these top-notch NFL Hall of Famers that are signing. And he was supposed to sign for an hour. Well, he signed for 2 hours, then did the photo shoot with us. And I'm sitting there in the car driving him back to the hotel, and it's just me and Roger Staubach, and I am just like dying because I'm seeing his first Super Bowl ring on his hand, and I am driving Roger Staubach. And he said to me, it's just great to be remembered. And I kind of looked at him like, you're Roger Staubach. Everybody's going to remember you. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. He said, you know, I wish I could have signed more autographs. I'm like, you signed for 2 hours. I mean, you know, how much more can you give? But it hit me when I went back, because then there was a second group of players that were also in that booth, you know, to sign autographs. And these are guys like Forrest Gregg. There was like Chris Hamburger. You know, these are guys that I remember. I'm sure most of you guys have never heard of them. But seeing these guys growing up, there was nobody in to get these autographs. And I'm just like, these guys are the cornerstone of the NFL, but nobody knows who they frickin' are. And that's what Roger Staubach was saying, that it was just great to be remembered. And speaking of being memorable, one thing that has always bugged me is players that do a whole lot of trash talking. I was never a big Deion Sanders fan because of all the trash talking that he did. But Josh Norman, his thing is this. He's a good cornerback, but he's not as good as he says or thinks he is. And what he does to make up for it is he gets into guys' heads, pisses them off, and gets them off their game. And if you look at Josh Norman last year against Odell Beckham, Beckham actually was beating him all over the field, but Norman got him to his head, got him to wanting to fight and dropping passes. And that's the only way that Josh Norman beat him. He tried that with Dez Bryant. You could see him trying to twist Dez Bryant's ankle and stuff, talking trash and everything else. But Dez is matured enough that he doesn't buy into that anymore. And that's where you see Josh Norman just kind of lose it. You know, and when you're a rookie like Fat Rob saying that, you know, that nobody likes the Dallas Cowgirls, then you're just inviting yourself to be knocked around a lot. I mean, he ended up with 37 yards. So I'm so proud that the Dallas Cowboys didn't engage in all of the locker room, you know, bulletin board material that the Washington Redskins were trying to bait him into. That's another one of those reasons that I believe that this Dallas Cowboy team is loaded for bear. Dez Bryant, even though some games he hasn't been getting a lot of passes and stuff, he's not out there complaining, give me the damn ball. This team, I am so proud of the way that they are distributing the ball. There's not one piece that a defensive coordinator can say, if we can stop this guy, then we can beat him. No. You know, Cole Beasley is the leading receiver on the team. So do you put your best cornerback on Cole Beasley, or do you put him on Dez? And now Dez is beginning to heat up where he's become the old Dez that, you know, can stretch the field and catching passes all over the place. So now you got that going. Now Ezekiel Elliott the last couple of weeks, he hasn't gotten 100 yards, which I'm actually kind of glad, because if you're relying on him getting 150 yards every game, that kind of changes how you play the rest of the season. And then when he's unable to do that, all of a sudden now you got to shift to another gear and change up what you're doing. What you really want to do is what they're doing right now, and that is to be balanced all the way around. You know, do I have to put 8 men in the box to stop Ezekiel Elliott, or do I have to try and get the man in the slot? Do I have to try and get Dez out deep? Do I have to cover the tight end? There's just too many mixed parts out there that are all equally good that you can't stop it. And that confusion, and of course the X factor of now, you know, they're having to put a spy for Dak Prescott because he can run. There's so many elements that it's just freaking incredible. And there's nobody in the NFL that has it like that. And that's one of those reasons why I think this team can go far. And I'm hoping they'll go all the way. But we still got a long ways to go there. And if they go there, you can best believe that Joe Boo Sports Report will be there reporting from it. Now, I'm just kind of running on here, so I'm going to go ahead and end this for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and pour one for Joe Boo, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy game day, guys. I'm Mark Holmes. That's the Swami, Cowboy Joe Boo, and I'll see you tomorrow.